Welcome to Family Gamer TV. It's nearly time for New Year's resolutions, and post-Christmas, a lot of people are going to be thinking about fitness and weight loss and stuff like that. Now for me, Wii Fit says that my BMI is fine, my Wii Fit age is like 20 at the moment. I've been taking my pedometer out, so I'm really struggling to come up with a goal. But as I mentioned in the last couple of episodes, one thing I would like to be able to do, I think, is to do a set of press-ups. It seems like a bit of a stretch for me because I can barely even do one. So one way I could train my muscles to be able to do a set of press-ups is I could just do the strength exercises, the muscle exercises every day. I could ignore the yoga, which isn't really for me. I could kind of leave the aerobic exercises, the balance games, and just focus on the muscle exercises and do them every day. But that's not a very focused way of doing it, and I think it could get quite boring. So what I wanted to do was come up with a routine that was kind of just for me, that would encourage me to get into it every day. So I'd know I had a set amount of things to do, and I could do them regularly and hopefully build up the strength I need. So the first thing I checked out was the Wii Fit U routines, which are preset routines that come kind of built into the game. When you have a look on this screen, there are 5 kinds of routines. They come under categories like youth and vitality and health, and they're obviously meant for people who've got like a particular kind of goal in mind. So maybe older people who want to kind of keep a youthful form or kind of just stay a little bit healthy as they get older, things like that. There's one for circulation, one for digestion. The closest one I could find to what I wanted to do was under form. Aside from the kind of bum and hips and that kind of thing, there was one called arms, which I figure is probably useful for doing press-ups. One of them was this kind of kung fu game, which I tried out, and you use a Wii remote and a nunchuck, and you kind of just do punches and kicks and stuff to the beat. And it was really, really fun. It didn't really feel like I was training my muscles. But the Wii Fit U routines, the preset routines, didn't really feel like they were for me. So I went over to the personal trainer section of the game, which felt like it might be a bit closer. But the personal trainer screen seems to be more for kind of weight loss and stuff. So when you load it up, you can either set your routine by calorie goal or by exercise time. So you can choose, there are like 9 foods that it's got listed there and how many calories each one is. So you can choose if you've been naughty, you think, and you've had something when you shouldn't have had it, you can select it on this screen if it's there, and it will give you a set of exercises to burn off that amount of calories, which could be really, really useful for someone who's trying to lose weight, but it wasn't really for me. So I went over to the exercise time side of things, and I looked at how you can narrow it down by kind of exercise. So I picked muscle exercises, and there are different times that you can pick, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, that kind of thing. And every time you do that, it randomizes the exercises it picks for you. So this is really useful because exercise is boring, at least it is for me, and I'm sure it is for lots of other people. So the kind of random nature of it, instead of just making you do the same things every day, is probably really helpful. But one of the exercises I did get to do was a torso and waist twist, which I found quite cool. So you kind of stand on the balance board and twist to the side to do your torso, and then down into the side to do your waist. And this is the kind of thing that I find it's really useful to have the balance board for, because it tells you if you're kind of going off balance, if you're leaning too far to the left. And if you do things like that and you don't have the balance board and you're accidentally doing the exercise wrong, there's not really any way to tell. Obviously, it's not as good as having an actual personal trainer there, but it is quite useful to have some way of monitoring yourself. Of course, you can also use the mirror mode button on the gamepad if you've got somewhere good to put your gamepad, so you can look at yourself while you're doing the exercise, and that helps as well. But because I couldn't specify by arms, I kind of wanted to find an even better way to pick a routine for me. So I went over to my routines. On each of these routines, you can pick any exercises you want from any of the groups. So I went just to the muscle exercises, and I picked all the ones that I knew used the muscles that I need to strengthen in order to do a press-up or even a set of press-ups. A really cool thing about Wii Fit U is that when you're doing an exercise and you're watching your kind of trainer on the screen or on the gamepad screen, it highlights the muscles that they're using in the exercise, and I don't think it did this in the original Wii Fit game, so this is another bonus with Wii Fit U. So you can look at them from the front or from behind while you're exercising, and you can see what muscles they use. They kind of glow, I think, red or orange or something. So what I did is I did that when I was trying to do my press-ups, which I failed to do again. And it uses kind of shoulders and chest muscles and arms and things like that. So I went through when I was picking my routine, and I picked only exercises that use kind of arms and shoulders and stuff. I think there are about 8 of them, put them in a line, and then I went for it. And it was really, really good because I wasn't wasting time doing any of the ones that I just could do and was quite good at, and I wasn't wasting time doing anything like trying to build up my leg muscles, which I'm not really interested in doing at the moment, because I'm trying to focus on this specific goal that I've got. And this really kind of brought it home to me, the fact that Wii Fit U isn't supposed to be something that you do all of. You're supposed to think about your own goal, whether that's weight loss, whether that's flexibility or anything like that, and you're supposed to find your own way within the game to make that happen for you. And it might seem quite basic, but I mean, that's the point. It covers the basics of each area, so it's a good way to get started. And it really does seem like the DIY routine, the kind of my routine to train these specific muscles that I'm going to need in order to do a press up is really the way to go for me. But we'll have to wait and see if it works. If you want to find out if it helps me at all, then check back with us in the new year when I will have been trying it for a while. Subscribe if you want to get the videos straight to your inbox. Otherwise, just check back frequently and you can see how I do. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.